Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/thenerdcore. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hello, nerds. You're listening to an episode on the Nerdcore podcast feed. If you're feeling generous, please consider pledging to a tier on our Patreon at patreon.com/thenerdcore. We have tiers as low as $1 per month. Thanks so much, and enjoy the episode.
Hey everyone, before we can get into today's episode, I need to talk to you all about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast and is the platform I've been using for over 2 years. Anchor is easy because it's free, includes creation tools on your tablet or phone from the get-go, rewards creators with sponsorships with no minimum listenership, and best of all, they distribute your podcast to places like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and many more. So if you want to make a podcast, you should download the Anchor app or visit anchor.fm. Now let's get into today's episode. Better late than never, my friends. It is the Nerdy Chicano Show, the only show hosted by two land lovers themselves. It's episode 34. And we can blame Adobe on this one, and we can blame a lot of things on this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But us, no, you can't blame us.
It wasn't us.
Because we tried.
We tried.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday, we were going to record.
Yes.
But I saw a movie, and I got out later than usual.
Yes.
And Luis, rightfully so, he has the right. He was asleep. So
I'm an old ass man, dude.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
I can't stay awake.
So then Saturday, I was going to record again. I said, okay, might as well just record. I was already recording the whole day. Mm-hmm. So I said, might as well record with Luis at night. Right. It's fine. The Patreon supporters will still get it for a couple of hours early.
Yeah.
You know, sucks that I have to do it that way, but, you know, it's better than not uploading. Mm-hmm. So then Luis calls me, and I do the same thing. I have the Google Hangout going on, and I open up the software, and then I'm repeatedly asked to sign in to my Adobe account, and I'm doing it, and it just won't let me. So then I go and I click on the Adobe Creative Cloud, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why won't it let me? And it just wouldn't budge. It wouldn't budge, and it kept saying I had a free trial, and I don't have a free trial. I pay for this shit. You know? It's
so how'd you end up fixing it? Because yesterday you told me that you were gonna call them in the morning.
Yeah.
How did it work out?
Well, first of all, I didn't call them. They have a in chat. What's it called? An in tech support chat.
Ah, gotcha.
So we got it all fixed up. I cleared some data on my laptop to make way for the apps that I needed to download because I had too much storage. And you know, here we are. Now I get to record, and I was scared because, you know, of course I had to do this episode, but later tonight we have to do the Game of Thrones review, season 8 review. I said I can't have this happening tonight. Like, I got to get this shit done in the morning because then we're not gonna be able to do the review tonight, and that's super 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 important.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because it's today. I told my parents, I'm like, Mom, today's a very religious holiday for me. I need the TV. I need the internet to work. I need everything to be perfect today. And she started laughing because today in church, it's like, in the I guess in the Catholic faith, it's like a pretty important day too. It's like some sort of church thing or whatever. And she's like, because I told her like, Mom, it's a very religious important event tomorrow. And she's like, yes, I know, of course. How did you know? And I'm like, we're talking about the same thing, right? Game of Thrones. She's like, no, what the fuck? That was the funniest shit ever.
Yeah. So literally today, because this isn't being recorded in advance, it's literally right now. So it's today.
We're about an hour 20 from it.
Yeah, we're like super super close for it to be in the review, the day to watch Game of Thrones season 8 premiere. The premiere is almost here, guys, and I'm super excited. You're gonna get an episode tonight, literally tonight. As the episode ends, we're gonna review, and then we're gonna upload it tonight. And it'll go up, and you guys can listen if you're up late, or you can listen tomorrow in the morning. Doesn't matter, but it will be there for you guys. And then, of course, tomorrow, as always, you know, you have the news and ready stuff like that. But I'm so excited, man. It's just, I can't believe this is the last season.
I know, and to think, dude, how long did we wait from? Because last year there wasn't a season.
2 long years.
2 years, right? Is that okay? So we did wait 2 years because I remember when I used to do the whole free trial thing, like create an account, and I don't know if you remember, but it was like a month they would give you, and then the next month I would just make another account with another email, And then that's how I would watch all the seasons all the time.
Yeah, and it's like,
so funny.
you know, and then
How times have changed, right?
Yeah, our watch party. I did a watch party at the house for the premiere. I wanted to do that again this year, but well, you know, I'm not home because I go to school over here now. So, you know, but look,
we will have an end of season a watch party at my house.
Yeah, hell, we might just even do a live stream for that on Twitch or something. Just have you guys like do a little pre-show and something for that. We'll do something special for that because you know I'll be over there, and then of course we're gonna do the season review the next week after that, after the premiere. But look, after the finale. But look, man, this is intense, man. I mean, it's really all led up to this, and I'm really excited for tonight. But I want to know how you've been, Luis.
I've been pretty good. I'm actually very, very good. Wow. I love that. By the way, you guys couldn't see that, but Raul was sucking on this lollipop and it was kind of attractive and I kind of got a stiffy. But apart from that, no, dude, my week has been going absolutely fucking perfect. Like, yeah, dude, I took an exam, passed the exam. So I'm still in the nursing program. So I'm alive for another week. It's just been really, really good to me, man. Like, I don't know. I've had a really, really good week. I don't know if I want to say here, but just, yeah, it's just been a really good week with some really good people. Mm-hmm. And I'm just glad that I'm happy right now. And it's a good time of the year for me, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
What about you, buddy? What about you, buddy?
Well, first of all, congrats, my friend. You know, it's good that you're having a good time.
Yeah.
And for me, this week has been pretty good too. You know, I just started off Monday, go to class, but it was a barrio tour that we had to do for my Mexican Americans urban community class. I did the paper for that today, and I already submitted it. Finished that. Reminded myself that, dude, this is literally my home, like literally home, like Bronzo. Like how you see some of these neighborhoods of the barrio here is exactly Bronzo. I'm like, Professor, I really could have not come today to school. Because this is literally what it is back home.
Wait, you had like a field trip thing or what?
Uh-huh.
So like your whole class went to visit barrios, and that was okay, cool. And on a scale of like 1 to 10, how similar was it to the? Well, how did it relate to Bronzo though? Like, did it look like just the regular neighborhood, or like did it look like
Milpa Verde and stuff like that, dude?
Oh. Okay.
Like
so
it's like
pretty accurate.
9 out of 10. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we took a trip down to the hood, my friend. You know, it's basically like where you live and where I live, and like all these places, bro. Like, you know, it's shit that we've seen every day. So.
And what did you guys do there? It was like what was the purpose of the?
We toured a bunch of. Well, first of all, to see the life of in the body, and also see the effects of gentrification. But
I heard about it.
We also went to like a community center. We went to a Talento Bilingüe Houston. It's like this place where certain events happen. They just had the Houston Latino Film Festival there, which I was not a part of because I got rejected. We went to church as well. I did not combust into flames. And we saw a bunch of murals and stuff.
That's interesting. So it was actually a field trip. I thought you guys were literally just like I don't know, all just going to like a barrio just for fucking, I don't know, to show the white people like, hey, look, guys, this is how the poor lives or some shit.
No, there's no white people
in my class,
bro.
Wealthy class going to like some suburb shit.
Yeah, there's no white people in my class, bro. It's purely Latino.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Purely Latino, bro. But no. When I told Brad, he was like, so y'all just took a trip to the hood? I was like, yeah, basically.
It's so weird. It's because when you say it, it's like it's kind of weird to say like,
yeah,
I'm just going to the hood.
Yeah,
but I'm glad, buddy.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see that trailer for the Star Wars?
Bro,
I don't know what the title is.
Not just the Rise of Skywalker. Yes, I watched that, and then I watched what's it called? And then today. I mean, first of all, bro, the Disney Plus stuff that just came out, they talked about the pricing. It's going to be $6.99 a month. It launches November 12th. And then what's it called? On day one, they're going to have the live action Star Wars TV show that's coming to there, The Mandalorian. They had a panel today at Star Wars Celebration talking about it. Holy shit, man. Like, This is it looks like it's gonna be really, really good. Pedro Pascal is gonna be the Mandalorian himself. And then, I mean, just that first day, bro, the first day of celebration, they gave us a teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, aka Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Dude, it's just so much. We did a mini pod, but, I want to talk about it here, because we're going to talk about it in the news as well, but I want to talk about it here too, bro.
Go for it.
Because we're watching this together.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure, because you should be back in town.
Yeah. We watched The Last Jedi together.
Yeah.
We watched Solo together. We are going to watch... we're gonna watch The Rise of Skywalker together. We did not watch Force Awakens together because you went to the alumni bash that day.
Did I?
Yeah, it was during the alumni.
I choose that over that, dude?
Yeah, it was in 2015, bro.
Oh,
so
God.
we barely graduated, and Jonathan was like, "Star Wars with Raul and Eric, or what's it called, or alumni bash?" And he was like, "Fuck it, I want to watch Star Wars with Eric and Raul." Yeah. And then we didn't watch Rogue One together because I watched it over here in Houston with a cousin of mine. So
yeah, we weren't together in that time, but
yeah,
it's weird, dude. We've watched a lot of movies together. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Just not recently, like the last
And
superhero movies, but
it sucks that we're not gonna watch Endgame together, but we're making up for it because we're gonna watch Rise of Skywalker together.
True.
Yeah,
and plus, like I'm gonna watch Avengers obviously it's in April, but when you come in May, we might just do a rewatch just to refresh our heads.
Bro, we watched Infinity War together, and then we rewatched it again together. So
remember that shit?
Yeah, bro. So it ain't no problem, bro. It ain't no problem. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, that trailer was fucking hype, bro. Hype.
Yeah, hype as fuck, dude.
First of all, like, if you guys care about spoilers, if you don't watch trailers, then go ahead and just skip a little bit of this talk. Because, I'm going to go, like, fully into detail. First of all, like, Rey jumping over that goddamn TIE silencer. Oh my God. I wonder if Kylo's in that thing.
I was going to wonder, like, who is in that thing? Because she was just, like, there, and then all of a sudden she hears noise and turns around, and she runs towards that shit, and then she just fucking, like a quadruple fucking backflip shit or front flip shit, and then...
Jedi backflip, man, and then... oh my God. And then there's one shot in there that I didn't talk about in the mini pod for the Patreon listeners. But the Death Star, I don't know whether it's the first one or the second one. The remains of the Death Star are in that one shot where there's the waves crashing and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it has to be Endor, because if it's the Death Star 2, it has to be Endor. But if it's Death Star 1, I don't know where that would be. But
Death Star 1 was just in the middle of space.
Yeah. Wait, that's true. That's
it wasn't
true.
close to anything.
So then it must be Death Star 2 because but then again, we never saw that much of Endor, so we don't know if there's like an actual ocean in Endor. We only saw the redwoods. But
true.
If it's, and I'm sorry guys, it's like super geeky right here, and sorry guys.
This is super in-depth, but yeah.
Yeah, but I was like so hyped. I said, "What the fuck? What is the Death Star doing there?" And that would tie into what we got in the shot after was Palpatine's laugh. So you think, was Palpatine able to manipulate the Force to cushion his landing when the Death Star blew up? And maybe that's how he survived?
But you know what I was thinking? I was like, maybe he is dead,
and
but
Force Ghost.
He lives in the Force.
Yeah. Because he's able to manipulate it. He's able to manipulate the Force.
Right. So I'm thinking he cheated death in that sense. Like maybe his physical body is dead, but maybe his metaphysical Jedi force in the Force or whatever energy that they describe the Force as, since he's part of the bad side.
Yeah.
You know how there's different forces, right? There's a good and
the dark side. Yeah.
The yin and yang or whatever.
Yeah.
Of that equivalent. So I'm like, what if he actually is dead, but like he's manipulating the Force, and then that's how he's gonna be able to like either like that's how he's gonna influence, I guess, maybe Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
To do his things, his bidding for him.
I heard the wildest theory today. I was watching I was listening to a podcast and somebody said, what if this whole time Palpatine was controlling Snoke through the Force?
That's what I was fucking thinking
And I'm
too,
like,
dude.
holy shit. And of course, it would not be Star Wars if we weren't sitting here talking about 10,000 fucking theories.
Yeah.
So, like, what if Palpatine has been in this game the whole time and now he's finally going to reveal himself? And since Snoke is not here anymore, he's going to finally reveal himself to, like, Force Ghost or whatever, if he's actually physically still here. It's weird because we didn't see him die in Return of the Jedi. We just kind of assumed it.
He just kind of like, they just threw him off the little fucking tunnel.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but he's like, "Rah!" And he threw
Yeah,
him.
he fell off the Death Star. And we find out through the prequels that, you know, the Emperor is stronger than people make him up to be.
True.
So, like,
very, very true.
the thought of him surviving that fall is not far-fetched at all.
And
Yeah.
then I can't wait until, you know, I guess like either Palpatine's Force goes or his actual body is there, but then we realize who the real villain is, and then it's Jar Jar Binks. That is gonna be the best, and then that's gonna be the best thing.
Bro, hold up. Let's talk about the real thing here, man. Let's talk about the serious thing from this trailer.
What's up,
How good does Oscar Isaac look, man?
bro?
God.
He looks like a snack and a half,
Bro.
dude.
Bro, my God. First of all, they asked him during the panel, they go, can you tell us how you say Star Wars in Spanish? And he goes, no. It says, it's you say it like Star Wars. It was, oh my God. It was like, I fucking love this guy. And then bro, Oscar Isaac is, I mean, first of all, he's gorgeous. He's gorgeous, man.
Beautiful,
he's a beautiful man.
Beautiful.
Like, wow, Latin beauty at its finest, man. Latin beauty at its finest. And, you know, I was like, God, I just love this guy. And I just love his roles. And he's going to kill it as Poe again. And I love that JJ reinforced the idea that this is an adventure with everybody. You know, it's the first time that Rey, Finn, Poe, BB-8, C-3PO, and the new droid Dio, you know, they're all together. They're gonna go on this adventure together. So it's gonna be so much fun to see how Rey and Poe interact, because at the end of Last Jedi, even you said, you're like, oh shit, Poe hadn't met Rey yet. Because they're like, hey, I'm Poe, and he goes, huh, hey, I'm Rey.
Character development between those two, their relationships, and a lot of things that we don't even know yet that could potentially, I don't know. We'll see. And then we got the whole Finn and Rose dynamic now. So it's like, you know, are they gonna be, or is it like Rey and Finn, or it's like, or is Rey just gonna be like
or is
just
it Finn
a
and
badass
Poe?
in herself, or like what's going on, you know?
Or is it Finn and Poe?
Exactly. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies, treat your man right, or what?
Or another man will. That's right. And then there was that one shot that, you know, that I cried during this teaser trailer. And it was at that shot of Carrie Fisher hugging Rey, and I was like, oh, it's Sonic, man. You know, she's not here with us anymore. And
What a beautiful soul.
yeah, and you know, a lot of people would say, you know, why do you feel sad? You know, you never met her. You know, you've only watched her through movies, but like, it's you've grown with these movies. You know, some of us have grown since the first one, and some of us, like Luis and I, grew through rewatching those old movies and really appreciating who Princess Leia was, and, you know, just how, you know, iconic Carrie Fisher was in pop culture, and to know that she's not here anymore, to see the conclusion of the story that she was in since the beginning, it breaks my heart.
It really is.
Yeah.
It revolved around her, and she was such an important figure, and like you say, it's like she was, you know, that hope or whatever.
Yeah.
That she had said, you know, like in one of the movies, she had said that hope, right, was what we needed to defeat.
To know what
Empire. And we can
relate.
relate that to, I guess, like real life, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why she was so important, because she like represented something more than just her character, herself as an actress.
Yeah.
But she represented this idea, this hope, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you know, it's like, it's so important, and, you know, I cry. I was like, damn it, like, you know, she's not here anymore, and it sucks, man. And I mean, either way, and this must be the toughest part of JJ's job when directing this movie. He has to put in footage from someone he can't physically direct Carrie because she's not here anymore. So instead, he has
Mhm.
to use footage that wasn't used during The Force Awakens, and it just sucks, man. And it's the part that hits the most from this trailer. But man, I'm so excited. December 21st cannot come here any sooner. I'm so excited. And this is only the teaser, man. Wait until we get the official trailer for like that goes with the ticket sales and stuff. And I'm so excited, man.
Do you think we'll have that big of trouble getting the tickets like we did for Endgame, or no?
Oh God, no, bro, no.
You don't think so?
I didn't even have that trouble with Force Awakens, man.
Oh, okay. But I think maybe though, just because it's the season. Well, it's like the last part in the trilogy of the third part in the last trilogy. You know what I mean? But it's like the last one for that trilogy or whatever. I think a lot of people are gonna go watch that movie, and I think we're gonna have trouble getting our tickets again. Mark my words. Mark my words this time.
All right, you're saying it now. You're calling it now.
I'm saying it now.
Once those tickets go on sale, it's gonna be a hell of a fight to get.
It's gonna be the same shit. Cinemark, AMC, all those apps are gonna be down. Traffic's gonna be too intense. You're gonna have to go in person, buy that ticket. Stuff like that.
All right, man. Well, that was a trailer that came out, and there's gonna be more talk about that on Monday's news episode. And
Quick question, by the way.
Yes, sir.
You went to go see Shazam, right? Okay, so in I have a question. So in this is not relating to Shazam, but did you see the previews to a movie that's gonna come out this Easter? I'm not too sure what the name of the movie's called, but it's like a really sad. It was such a beautiful. Okay, it's about this boy, this family, right? This Christian family or whatever, and this boy falls on ice, right, through like a pocket of like a skating ring or whatever.
I didn't see.
And he falls. You didn't see that? Okay, so it's like he's like trying to ice skate on top or whatever, but it was like not like an ice skating ring. It was just like a frozen lake or whatever, and he falls through it, and like he's underwater for like 15 minutes or something. And then these two divers, right? Because they call the police and everything. These two rescue divers or whatever pull out this kid, right? Because they're like the other rescuers like, this isn't a rescue mission. This is just a, grab him and just I guess pronounce him dead or whatever. So show him to the hospital or whatever. So they like get this kid and they put him to the hospital, and I guess like. The doctors and the nurses or whatever, they're trying their best to try to save this guy's life, but nothing happened, and the kid's I guess pronounced dead. That's like, I'm sorry, we can't do anything. And that's when the mom goes in and like she's just like crying and sobbing, and she said, like it's like I guess like it's a religious movie, but she's like, oh, if you can please, God help me and please, I surrender myself to you. Please save my boy's life. And then all of a sudden, like the boy gets a heartbeat, and like I guess there's like this fate, like there's this little chance that I guess this kid's gonna make it, and like this movie just revolves around that, and people like I guess like coming to an aid and coming as a community or something. Which that's what I liked about that movie's message based on the trailer. And the first time I saw it, dude, I started crying my ass. I'm not too sure if you. So you haven't seen it then?
I've never seen this, and it sounds like it just gave the whole fucking plot away.
It does. It did on the trailer. It did.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's more to the movie regardless. But you know who comes out?
Who?
I'm not too sure if you've ever seen that show. It's called This Is Us.
No, I have not watched This Is Us.
Do you know the characters from like the some of the?
All I know is that Sterling K. Brown, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. I mean, everyone knows. Okay,
yeah.
There's a lady. She's like a big lady.
Yeah.
She's very beautiful. She sings very well. And she's like an amazing actress. And she comes out in that movie. But anyways, like I wanted to say that because like that movie, I don't know, like it tugged my heartstrings. It like bad. Yeah. And I've never cried in a trailer. Like I don't think I've ever cried in a trailer. But that one was like, wow, fuck the feels and shit.
Yeah. So, yeah. So
but anyways, let me go back to Shazam. I guess let me go to Shazam just as we're talking about. Since that was a little too deep, I don't want to go into Shazam a little bit. Moving forward, how is Shazam, the 14-year-old boy, or 15. I'm not too sure how the old
Yeah.
the character is there. How is he gonna play a role? Based off of this movie, it was very kid friendly, very superhero comic B.
Yeah.
How is that gonna relate to our Justice League, our gritty Batman, our depressed Superman,
Well,
our
obviously,
badass Aquaman? How are we gonna relate that into the next Justice League?
I think you can tell by the last two movies, that being Shazam and Aquaman. You can tell there's a shift in tone.
Yes.
From the DC universe. And have you watched Shazam yet? Yeah.
Yep. I watched it twice.
So
I watched it right now, a couple hours ago.
yeah, I loved it. It was everything I wanted from it.
Yes.
And more. I that shit had me laughing my ass off, bro.
Yeah, it was a very funny movie.
Yeah.
But like I said, how are they gonna move on? Because we had the director of Aquaman. What's his name?
James Wan.
Juan. He's also a horror film director.
Yeah, and the guy who did this one, he's a horror film director too.
Is he?
Yeah, David F. Sandberg. He made the Annabelle movie. He did Lights Out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's a horror guy.
So how do you think that DC is gonna move on?
Yeah.
In the future, based off of this very kid-friendly movie, but very awesome movie, right? Very kid-friendly, but very awesome.
Yeah.
Aquaman being very badass, very cool, like just a really good vibe. And then how the previous directors of both, Superman, Batman, Justice League, Batman versus Superman,
Suicide Squad,
that grimy feel. How are they going to relate these two new characters? I guess these characters into the coming films, and how do you think? Like, do you think DC still has a chance to pick up steam and kind of like follow through Marvel's awesome movies?
Yeah, I think if they keep making good movies like this and not caring about connecting them to the universe,
okay, yeah,
I think they're on their way to making good. I think they're on the come up right now. I think expect the only movies to be dark in this universe. Expect them to take place in Gotham. That's it. I think that's it. I think Birds of Prey is gonna be dark because it's Birds of Prey. It's in Gotham, and plus some of the you have Black Mask in there being the villain. That's a really, really dark villain. Also, I was on my DC Universe app. I could see that you were reading the Flash comics, bro.
I was.
Yeah. I finished Titans, man. Loved it. But look, expect the only dark movies from DC to be in Gotham. The Batman from Matt Reeves that comes out in 2021. Expect that to be dark. That's gonna be a dark
Joker.
a dark bat. The Joker, obviously in October. If you saw that teaser trailer, man, you know that it's gonna be dark as shit.
Quick question: is he gonna be main?
No.
Joker, like from this universe? No.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. But no, this is a one-off thing. It doesn't connect to. It's an Elseworld story.
I got you.
Yeah. So, and I don't know what to say about the Suicide Squad. Because that one by James Gunn, because James Gunn is doing it, it might just be a lot more lighter.
Right.
But if they're in Gotham, expect them to be a little bit grittier. But Aquaman 2, Shazam 2, which is already in development, movies like that, and Wonder Woman 1984 that comes out in 2020 as well. Yeah, I expect those to be lighthearted, fun, not too serious of a tone.
I hope so.
Yeah. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I've only been disappointed once by DC with Suicide Squad. The other ones are just kind of like, I can see what you were going for.
Yeah.
I like it. He goes, I don't think it's terrible, but I'm not saying it's the greatest thing on earth. I even loved Justice League. That was so much fun that I had with that movie. Yeah.
I saw my poster up here. You see that in the back?
Yeah.
Background? You see it?
Yeah, I got mine over. I'm looking directly at mine.
Oh, you got yours too?
Yeah. Man of Steel is one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. I love Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. But I think that the universe is shaping up to become lighter, and I think that they should run with it because it's obviously working out for them. Because Aquaman made $1 billion at the worldwide box office, and now Shazam is like working its way up to I think it'll make like 500 mil, but that is an 80 million budget movie. So 500 mil will be a great thing for it.
That'd be great profit.
Yeah. So, they're obviously going to run with the tone, and I can't wait to see what Shazam 2 will bring, but I can't wait more for Black Adam, because The Rock said it. He said Black Adam is going to start shooting in a year. And he goes, and
So is that still a thing?
Yes, he's still going to play Black Adam.
Okay, because that's the character I wanted to see with the whole Shazam thing.
Yeah.
But Black Adam is a big enough character to be like a big Justice League fights the entire Black Adam thing. You know, like that's a big enough character, so like we don't have to exclusively make it into a Shazam 3 or Shazam 2, whatever the fuck. No, wherever the fuck the villain is.
Black Adam is getting his own solo movie. It's a
solo movie.
Solo movie. And then we'll see what Shazam 2 will hit. Maybe we'll see it. We'll see an interaction. Like maybe Black Adam pops in a little bit in Shazam 2, and then that's how we go into Shazam 3. Have it finally be those two fighting. I want to see I want to see Superman and Black Adam fight like we've seen in those animated movies. But I think DC right now, they're like, fuck the shared universe. We'll worry about connecting them later. Let's just keep making these great movies, and then like 6 years down the line, we start planting the seeds to connect them, and then we get Justice League 2, and then we'll have like the Legion of Doom versus Justice League or something, whatever, and then have Black Adam be, That's a good way to think about it. To make those movies entirely independent from one another, unlike Marvel, who you also always, like, I guess, like for me at least, when I'm watching the movie, I'm always finding little things to connect to the other movies, and I'm not as a movie goer, as like just a regular movie goer. You shouldn't be having to have your brain dissect and kind of analyze the movie, and this part belongs in here and this part's there, but how does this relate to that? Like, no, it's just watch a movie for what it is, and if it's good enough on its own, then that's what it should be, right? It's kind of like, and I'm not gonna bash on Captain Marvel, right? But like we had this pre-notion that I guess Captain Marvel had something to do with with the Avengers, and because we got that from the last movie, the last Avenger, where Nick Fury pressed the button, and then we're like, oh shit, we're gonna get Captain Marvel, and then when the movie Captain Marvel came out, instead of just enjoying for what it is, let's say it was just like a regular movie. When is it gonna connect? When is it gonna connect?
Exactly.
When is it gonna connect?
When's the connection here? And I didn't see this, but this isn't. But if she was here, then why did she never do this? And then like you get these like whole like crossing things where you're like, well, where's this guy? Why couldn't he come and save? Like, why couldn't you know what I mean? Like all this, like these things, and where was Captain Marvel when they were first fighting him in the Avengers End? What is it? Not Avengers Endgame. What is it? Infinity War.
Infinity War, yeah.
Where was she? Like, how did she not know if this is like the universe fighting against the universe? Like, I'm sure news would have traveled or something, right?
Exactly, yeah. And I have a feeling, Luis, that I think people are gonna be really disappointed when they connect the X-Men and Fantastic Four, because it's not gonna be the way they imagine it to be. They're gonna be like, oh, is that how you connect it? Like, that's how you describe like 15 years of this universe being alive, and that's how you explain the mutants being present in here, instead of just like watching it and just enjoying the fact that we finally have them connected in here. But and that's why I was. Of course, like I run a podcast, I have to worry about, the connections and stuff for Captain Marvel, because we had to do prediction points, and that's, to say that I'm not excited for Endgame would be a complete and total lie. But I also just stepped back and I said, I'm going to enjoy this as I'm watching a Captain Marvel movie, not waiting for the connection. I'm just going to watch to see this 90s fun action movie and just have fun watching it. And then that's what made me like it so much. I said I just had so much fun watching it, and I really liked the story they were telling, and I didn't care too much if the connection was just that simple as, spoiler alert, fast forward a little bit, her just sweeping in and saying, where's Fury?
Exactly.
So it was like, it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter to me at all. And I know that some people were irked by that, and they were like, oh, we wanted to see her like run into Tony on the ship in space, or Brad's gonna say that I'm calling him out with that. Or like, we wanted to have somebody in her family get dusted, and that's why she comes over here, or whatever. Like, I was just like, I'm just enjoying for what I'm watching, and if they make the connection, whenever they make the connection, I'll like it either way.
True. That's a very good point to think. It's like I think for me, yes, I've enjoyed all the movies that have been coming forward,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't had Black Panther for me. I thought that movie was like I really enjoyed that movie
Yeah.
because like when I was first seeing it, like I didn't really care if it connected or not. It was just like a
Like,
badass like
and you're like,
yo, like Michael B. Jordan's in it.
yeah,
Obviously it's gonna be awesome.
yeah, yeah. And you were just entertained so much, and you're like, I don't care if the connection is here, because the connection just happens until the end when
Exactly.
what's it called?
I forgot that it was in the same universe, I guess.
Mhm.
Like I knew that it had to do with, the reason why he got his upbringing was because he got killed by
Mhm.
back going back to what movie was that
Civil
where
War, Civil
they
War,
killed
yeah.
off the king? Was it
Civil War, yeah.
Winter Soldier?
Civil
No, it
War.
wasn't Winter. What was it?
Civil War.
Civil War. Yeah. So I knew it had to do something with it, but like I really wasn't focused on it too much. It was more
Yeah.
just like, okay, it's Black Panther. He's the king of his own place,
Yeah.
and he's gonna fight the supervillain. But this supervillain isn't really like
A
oh, I
villain.
got powers. It's
Yeah.
just more like a damaged,
Like a mental
fucked up by
type of
society.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was out, and that's that one was the one that like wowed me. I was like, holy shit! Like, and there's a reason why it's my favorite MCU movie. It's one of my favorite. It's my favorite. I was like, wow. The whole time I was so impressed by it, and I just really liked this movie, and yeah, I think that once you get in there and you don't worry about the connections, you watch these movies a little bit differently. And sometimes when you watch them without the connection, you realize that, hey, some of these don't hold up as best as you think, like,
They
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
You're right. Exactly what you just said. It's like if you really, really think about some of these movies, like some of them,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say all, but some
Yeah.
of these like don't really stand as like themselves, just themselves as a good movie. Like it's
Yeah,
more like
um,
because it's an integral part of this,
mhm.
that's why you have to watch it. It's not like it's like and I don't like that now that you have to watch every single
Yeah,
Marvel movie in order to get like the reference, right? They're like the last Ant-Man, the second one, part two with the Wasp.
yeah. Oh,
Dude,
God,
that movie, let's be honest, that movie
that fucking-
kind of sucked ass, dude.
yeah. Oh, the only
It was
thing
kind
good
of
about
shit.
it. The only thing good about it was the Wasp, bro. I really liked seeing Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp, but literally, bro, that movie was I had never been so disappointed by a what's it called, by a movie like that in that universe. I thought that, I said, okay, cool. Thor: The Dark World is gonna be the last time I feel this severely disappointed by and then they just drop Ant-Man and the Wasp on me. I'm like, wow, like this sucked, man. And
I like the integration of like I guess the quantum realm, but it's just the movie itself to me was just like it wasn't a really, honestly I'd probably give it like a B, just because like I said I had to watch it
yeah,
in
you're
order
nice
to
as-
like in order for later on for
Yeah.
the next movies coming up for me to get it, and I
you
don't like that
literally
part.
you literally can only watch the post-credit scene and you'll understand Endgame.
Yeah,
Literally, you can just
dude,
understand.
that's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before that, we were on such a good track record with the villains. We had Hela, we had
Dude, hella.
we had Killmonger, we had Ego in Guardians 2, who's really good villain, even though people don't give him the credit that he deserves. Like, he killed freaking Peter's mom.
He's a fucking planet. What the fuck
Yeah, he's a
more do you want?
planet. We had Thanos, the best villain right now in this universe, and then you just go to Ghost or whatever the other guys were. It was like wow, like this is such a sucky villain. It's such a sucky movie, and it's not to say that the first Ant-Man did not have a bad villain, which it did. Yellow Jacket was a terrible villain, dude.
That was shit.
Yeah,
Fucking bald guy.
Yeah.
Bald corporate guy.
yeah.
How much more scary can that get? Well, actually, that's pretty scary. Like real world though, shit. Like fucking bald men that are corporates.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I thought that that actor, I've seen his work before in House of Cards. I said, oh man, this guy's really good. I can't wait to see what he does as a villain, because in House of Cards he's not really a villain. He's a very damaged character as well, but he's not a villain. I wanted to see what he did in that first Ant-Man, and then just completely shit the stick, man. I was like, dude, like this is terrible. And then in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think that okay, they might just improve on these things. But then they just like completely shit the bed again, and it's like, some of y'all really, really enjoy that movie. I don't understand why.
I don't. Yeah.
And I was like, it's just it kind like I'm sorry, man. Like, if you think the humor is gonna save it for you, it's not, man. Like, you can make me laugh, but I need the movie to be good. Like, it's not gonna work out if you just have me laughing the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a good point to go there and to end that off. But I wanted to talk to you just like as a last point, not related to like superhero movies or anything like that. But did you see the new black hole image
Oh yeah, dude.
that they
shit's
use
crazy.
several satellites throughout Earth to create one single image? I guess like a giant planet size, like they called it a giant planet sized telescope to be able to process this image from millions of light years away.
Yeah.
And I have a question, but what benefits do you think us taking a picture of a black hole would have in science and technology? What are your personal opinions of like what was the point of that?
Well, I mean, it's just to show the advancements of what science and technology has done, but I also think it's also, what's it called? It really shows you how, and the image is really blurry, by the way.
Yeah,
It also
extremely.
sh-
It looks
yeah.
like like you told me, what was it called?
The Eye of Sauron. The Eye of Sauron. Yeah, it looks like the fucking Eye of Sauron. But I think it's the benefits are like, okay, so now that we see a picture of this, we can start like thinking about how these things actually look, because until then, you know, it was just pure theoretical, man. Like, you know, this is how we think they look. And now we have an actual picture of one. And we're like, holy crap. Like, we can see what colors it looks like and the shape a little bit. And we're only going to go higher from here, man. We're only, like, probably after our lifetime, we'll probably have a real, like, HD look photo at it.
Dude, the further that science goes on, the more and more scared I am. I don't know if that's like a bad thing necessarily, but like the universe is so expansive, right?
Yeah.
And like this picture proves like there is no fucking denying, right? Like, well, maybe the government could have manipulated or whatever, but let's give the benefit of the doubt, and it is a real image or whatever. But like, dude, this just proves that like, dude, there's more to us than this.
Yeah.
You know, what does a black hole mean, right? Like, it's because like, what is in the center of a black hole, right? It's just obviously it's gravity collapsing on itself. That's the theory we give of what a black hole is. It's just gravity collapsing onto itself into a single point, and that's what a black hole is, right? It's enough to destroy anything in its path, anything that's made out of matter. It's able to go into that and stuff like that. But it kind of scares me because it's like,
Yeah, it's
I don't know at what point do humans say, okay, this, like, I don't know if we should keep going in this, man. Like, what if, and I know I'm going to sound crazy, but it's like, what if, you know, we manipulate something that we're not supposed to, right? And that's the destruction of humanity, not necessarily anything else, but it's humans themselves killing you. I don't know. Like, it scares me because, and also scares me too, that image that we pulled up from the satellite thing was millions of years old.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that was millions of years ago, because that's how you measure time, right? It's like distance, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's millions of years ago. How does it look now? Or where is it now? Maybe it's not there. Maybe it's, you know.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because it's so crazy how that works, because it's like we have such a small understanding of what, where or what part we play in this in life, right? And or what is life? But like, what is the point of humanity? What if we are just animals, right? Like, and I don't know, that kind of scares me. Like,
I mean, I would understand why it would scare you, man. You're borderlining right now in existentialism, bro.
Exactly, because it's like, well, what am I doing? Like, everything is like, what is the point? Like, what? Because this just proves it's real. This is life. That there's no denying this. This is how it is.
But you know what this proves as well?
What?
That it's not far fetched to think that there's other life in the universe, bro. Because like,
no, I know, and I don't disagree with that.
Something as wild as a black hole exists now. That's been proven now that it exists. You know, it's not wild that there's
other life forms, other interdimensional beings. Anything is possible, dude. And that's just, and then for me, that's for me, it's just kind of like not. I mean, I'm gonna say it's scary, but
Yeah. Well,
it's
because
like
we fear the unknown, my friend. We fear the
I
unknown.
do. I do.
And-
And that's just a human trait. You fear the
Yeah,
unknown,
it's
and whatever
human.
you don't understand, that's what fear is, and that's my
Yeah.
biggest fear, I guess.
Yeah.
Like just not knowing.
Not knowing, my friend. We wanna. I mean, to be like, we want to be omniscient, but we cannot be omniscient, bro.
We cannot. It's
cannot.
impossible.
It's impossible.
I don't know, I don't know. It fucking scared the shit out of me when I was like, dude, okay, I'm like, because like you think about it, oh, it's a photo and it was trending on Twitter and people are on Facebook and making memes about it, but it's like, bro, like really think about that image. What that image really shows you.
Yeah.
It's like that is so much more that we don't understand.
Yeah.
So
I know,
much that
bro.
we can explore. So much that we can insignificant things that we as humans think matters right now.
They don't.
They don't matter. You know, there's so much more that we can be doing. You know, time is irrelevant. We have such a little time to do whatever we need to do. Like, let's help ourselves as humans.
Yeah.
Help each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Somewhere
And let's go
yeah.
colonize some fucking planets. That's a real goal, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we still fighting about oil?
Yeah.
Why are we still
Or why are we
obsessed
still-
with the idea of wealth?
Yeah, why are we still like crying? What's it called? Why are we still fighting over this fake emergency happening at the border, bro? Like,
Bro,
you know,
it is so irrelevant. This
Yeah.
whole fucking border shit. Like, how is that? Like, what? Dude, invest your money into science and technology to help the people,
yeah,
right? Here. It's like here. And then so that we can like advance as a
world,
society
yeah,
and as
man.
humans, as a species, that we can evolve and do some more interesting things.
yeah. Well, we're gonna have to end it there, my friends, because it is almost Game of Thrones time over here. We're literally almost 30 minutes away from the premiere of season 8, and it's a
I'm having
a
a crisis now, and I don't know
Yeah.
how I feel about that.
Yeah,
But
well,
I'm
you're
gonna watch
gonna
some Game
be-
of Thrones and forget about my life.
Yeah, just forget about your life. Yeah, so I want to thank you all for this nice extended episode of Nerd Chicano Show, because it's only as good as it's gonna get, because you guys deserve the best. But thank you all so much. And you, as always, you couldn't listen to this a day early. I'm sorry, but the broadcast is brought to you by Grayson Barker, our Patreon producer.
My man.
My man, dude. He's awesome. You can follow him on Twitter at WarlordHitman98, on Instagram at GraysonBarker98. Chill man, great dude who executively produces this podcast by being a $15 Patreon supporter. And you can become one too by going to patreon.com/thenerdcore. CORPS. We are, how many? 8. Wait, no, 9. Hold up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We are 6 away from me dyeing my hair. So, oh man. I know that when we get to 14, Brad's gonna say, I feel like pledging again. Asshole. Look, we're almost there. Hope you guys enjoy that. But as always, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Nerd Chicano. You can follow Luis at...
I don't know. Don't follow me. I'm a piece of shit.
All
Just
right,
kidding.
cool. We'll catch you on the flip side, my friends. Have a good time, and we'll see you next week.
Ciao, Bella.